Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including big changes may be coming to Tubi. They're testing out some stuff that people may not like. We'll tell you what they're doing and how they're following in Pluto TV's footsteps. Also, the FCC is cracking down on robocalls. They've been increasingly targeting cord cutters on your internet and streaming services. We'll tell you what the FCC is doing and what you need to be aware of to protect yourself. And Amazon is cracking down on piracy in the Fire TV, blocking apps you may have installed even if you sideload them from working. These stories and more happening right here. We'll break them all down, tell you what I think about them. But if you want to come up with your own opinion, check out the show notes. And in the first pinned comment, you can find a link to every story we talk about there. So you can read them for yourself, come up with your own opinions, and let me know what you think in the comments. If you like what we do here, you're new, hit that subscribe button or hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. So YouTube recommends our videos to more people, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. All right, let's dive into it. Starting off with Tubi is testing out a mandatory account creation feature. Now, we were able to confirm this on our own, and Tubi confirmed it to us also on some details about it, but if you are somebody who was watching Tubi and after about 15 minutes of whatever you're watching, it stops and asks you to create an account, you're not alone. They are testing mandatory account creation. Now, Tubi was very clear that this is not widespread. Not everybody's going to be impacted by this. And they're just testing out ways to try to get people to create more accounts and try to be as seamless as possible, they say. But this follows what Pluto TV did. They've recently become very aggressive, blocking some channels. Unless you create an account, you're not able to watch the full catalog of live channels. Now, in both cases, they're 100% free. You're not being asked for even to enter a credit card. But they are trying to get accounts. Why? Well, there are benefits for you. You can start a movie or TV show here and finish it on your tablet, or the other way around. You can favorite shows and come back to them and channels and more. But for Pluto TV and Tubi, it also allows them to better track you, deliver more targeted ads, which they make more money on. So there's no big surprise there that they're interested in this. Now, again, for now, it seems to be a test, pretty widespread by the number of reports we got and us confirming it ourselves happening on Tubi. Pluto TV really started this testing last year and has gotten a lot more aggressive about it this year. Both of them would love you to create a free account. And again, neither one even asked for a credit card. This is not about changing to a paid. It's all about the advertising and how they can make more money on that. So we'll break it down if that becomes permanent. And for everyone, we'll let you know as soon as we hear more about it. Thank you to everybody for the tip that led to this story. If you have a tip for us, head over to cordcuttersnews.com. Click on the Contact Us in the menu. And it sends a message to myself and all the other staff here at Cord Cutters News so we can all get the tip. Much better way than trying to leave it on a video. We try to read all the comments. We don't see all of them. So sending us an email through the Contact Us on the website is by far the best. All right, the FCC is continuing to crack down on robocalls. They've been banning some providers who have been known to facilitate some of these. And now they're making it harder for international call centers to mask where they're calling from to pretend that they're calling from a U.S. zip area code, I should say. You ever get a call and it says New York or maybe even your own hometown? You pick it up and it sounds like somebody from overseas with a strong accent trying to sell you car insurance? You're not alone. The FCC is launching new rules that will make it harder for robocalls to fake which area code they are in. It's one more way that they're trying to block a lot of these spam calls out there that are mass calling you. Now, there's been a growing trend of robocallers targeting cord cutters. A few things: pretending to be your streaming service or your streaming player even, asking you to update payments, and different scams like that are very common. But also other ones like saying, hey, I'm from your internet provider, Comcast, Spectrum, whoever, and if you prepay for 6 months, we'll give you 6 months free. You got to do it with a Target gift card, though, or some other similar type scam. Be very careful of a growing number of people calling you pretending to be cord cutting related services, as more and more people use things like Roku and Fire TVs and Apple TVs and Netflix and the like. Scammers are trying to use that to get into you. So just be careful with that. But it's good to see the FCC continuing their crackdown It's far from perfect, but it's slowly seeming to be successful. All right, next up, Amazon has intensified crackdown on illegal streaming. Now, this was first reported a few weeks ago by AFTV News, alias over there, but now The Athletic has got a statement from Amazon confirming that they're doing this. And what they're doing is they are blocking the sideloading of known piracy apps, and if you have them installed, preventing them from launching on there. Now, this comes as the new Fire TV Stick 4K Select, runs a completely new OS and doesn't even support sideloading. But now they're also going after older Fire TVs that still run Android, still allow sideloading, that people have used to, let's be honest, pirate content. And now Amazon's cracking down on it. Why are they doing this? Well, let's be honest. For one, it's in their benefit. They own a movie studio. They own a lot of sports streaming now. They want you to subscribe to their streaming services. Two, I bet you they don't want to get caught up in a lawsuit. A lot of these studios have been targeting known piracy sources and places who have, for lack of a better term, turned a blind eye to all this and just kind of allowed it to happen. Amazon, I'm sure, has got increased pressure from other studios to crack down, as Fire TVs were long known as one of the most popular ones for sideloading piracy apps on them. Amazon seems to want nothing to do with that and is cracking down on it. We'll keep an eye on this, but again, first report by AFTV News, confirmed this week by The Athletic in a statement from Amazon to them about it. With this, though, a growing number of streaming players and services are cracking down, proactively blocking services they see as piracy. You can see that on social media. Certain keywords are completely blocked on Facebook that are related to piracy. All right, TNT is going to be airing The Pit. Now, The Pit has been a wildly successful original show for HBO Max. Interestingly here, starting December 1st, it will air on TNT at 9 p.m. Eastern, uncut, nudity and language included, pushing the limits of broadcast cable television networks, I should say, with that, where usually you had to get something like HBO or Showtime for unedited content like this. Now, Warner Bros. Discovery is testing it out on TNT. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But the first season of the widely acclaimed medical drama The Pit, now going to be coming to TNT, uncut. All right, deal of the day. We just talked about the new Fire TV Stick 4K Select. Well, that has just hit its lowest price ever in a pre-Black Friday deal. Just $21.99, down from its list price of $39.99. I'm very pleased with it. Yes, it is not the most powerful Fire TV stick on the market. I would get the Fire TV Stick 4K Max, but seemed to work just fine. Big downside, though, doesn't have every app that the older versions does. It does seem to have all the big ones, and in our testing, it worked pretty well, but just be aware of some of the downsides with it. Also today in TV history, got a couple big ones. Disney Plus first launched 6 years ago this week. Now, it's very hard to believe. November 12th, 2019, Disney Plus first launched. I remember it very clearly. It was a busy day over at Court Cars News. A lot of traffic related to it. But it was wildly successful. Had a lot of technical glitches at the first. Probably, and be honest with you, due to the high number of people trying to use it. But 6 years ago, Disney Plus first launched. A lot's changed since then. Launched an ad-supported tier, a lot more content, and more now happening in it. Of course, Hulu's merging into it with the on-demand catalog now available through the Disney Plus app. But 6 years ago, Disney Plus first launched. Also, 73 years ago this week, the first video recorder was demonstrated in California. On November 11th, 1952, the first video recorder, which nowadays has turned into things like VHS tape recorders and DVRs and more, something that we're just used to popping on the TV and getting the ability to record whoever's on it. Back then, and even into the 80s and beyond, was a very rare thing. Very, very much remember setting up the VHS tapes growing up because you don't want to miss whatever it was and you're not going to be home and just hoping the VHS tape recorded exactly the way you wanted it to. But now, today, DVRs, widely spread, but first demonstrated 73 years ago this week. Walmart's become a big player in cord cutting. They now own Vizio televisions and Vizio streaming service. Also, some of the most popular streaming players, the Google TV on streaming players, they're running the Google TV, are owned by Walmart. Well, now Walmart CEO says he sees AI taking over pretty much everything at Walmart and impacting every level of Walmart and what they do, from selecting grocery or carts to get back into the corrals to senior management. And I would assume, too, with that, their television and streaming and more with this. Walmart's leaning heavily into AI to manage inventories and more. Keep an eye on this. You're going to see more and more AI pop up at your local Walmart very soon. Hey, if you're a fan of over-the-air television with an antenna, highly recommend it. I get over 50 channels where I live, one of them being Outlaw TV. Well, that's getting an overhaul. The relatively newer channel out there, all about classic westerns from the 80s and kind of before, is got an overhaul, leaning much more heavily into classic movie westerns than TV shows, though a few TV shows are still spread throughout the schedule. And doing things like Sunday morning classic John Wayne early year movies from the Duke himself. But Outlaw TV getting a new schedule. Check it out, link in the show notes if you want to learn more. How good do you think, in our next story, this is a good question for you, how good do you think you are at spotting AI? I'll say, definitely, you got to be aware of it. It's everywhere. But a study, according to a report from Reuters, says most people could not identify what music was produced by AI and what was produced by humans. I've said this before, AI is only going to continue to get better, and it's going to become harder and harder to tell what's AI and what's not. And according to this survey, at least when it comes to music, that's very true. And I know for now a lot of AI video is slop and very easy, but there's a growing amount of AI video and images that are becoming harder and harder to tell the difference on. Keep your guard up. One of the things I see in a lot of surveys like this is people who think that they are the ones who can spot it always, and have a high self-regard for their ability to spot it, are often the people who are most common to fall victim to AI. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Yes, I am feeling better. No, my voice is not 100%. This was one heck of a strong sinus infection. Thank you so much for all the comments, messages. I have not been able to reply to everybody. Got so many, but I am very thankful for all the kind words. But I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Until then, take care, be safe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both will let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here.